Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Hello. This is the thefatwikingknight, as always, coming to you from another episode here in our hardcore world. Also, why can I not see that? That's weird. Okay, perfect. Anywho, I think we're just gonna build some trees today. Keep it nice and simple and see what we can come up with, you know? I think that will do us a lot of good. So we'll take almost all that we have. Do we want to use... You can't really see them. So I feel like we should just use oak log to get the sticks so that we don't have to... Yeah, that'll work. Alright, let's keep our... Where's all of our shulkers? That's the real question we need to ask ourselves here. Where's all the dang shulkers? Alright, let's just see if we can't do this. So we need a bunch of fences, and I guess we'll be making a bunch of this. Let's just do all that we can with all of our fences. Like, that's not enough, right? No. So I guess we should just put some of these back so that we can actually log things. And then fences, perfect. So like 5 stacks of fences. Oh shit, we made oak fences. Oh, okay. That was not supposed to happen. So what we're supposed to do is make these into sticks, then make these into sticks, like so. Then do that, then make jungle fences. There we go. That's correct. Not oak, jungle fences. We messed that one up pretty bad, actually. So let's see how many of these bad boys we can make. That's a pretty good amount, I think. Just keep making fences, I guess, right? As many as we can. Let's do that, do this, do that, do this, do this, do this, do that, do that, do this. Good. Alright, so that is a sufficient amount of the fences. What we should be able to do with that is at least get the scaffolding done for a few of these trees. I'm not certain as to how many we can actually make, but we're gonna hope for the best here because, God, it's gonna be rough. Tell you what. So we're trying to make an entire forest. You kind of have to leave spaces, but also you don't leave spaces, if that makes any kind of sense. So let's see if we can't figure this out. And all of these are very different heights. That is very important as well. So let's see here. We're doing something like that. Probably going off in this direction as well, you know. And it really is just about randomly placing these. Try not to make any kind of patterns, but also make sure that you are also having patterns, if that makes any kind of sense. And I don't think it does, but it's fine. We gotta just add... What is... Oh, the blocks is on. It felt very quiet. Alright, so we'll do over here for our third branch over here. I don't like how quiet that is. That's kind of triggering me right this second. I have my fan on behind me, and as a result, it's a little bit loud, so I'm going to have to compensate by adjusting said volumes just a smidgen here. Like that, and... I don't know, something like this, I suppose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Before we get to our next one, I think. And let's go 4, actually. Let's go 4. And some of these trees need to be significantly taller, obviously. So we kind of go in the space that it does not occupy, and that usually will help us. So you just try things like that, and it doesn't really matter because the leaves make the tree. Like, these do matter to a degree, right? But they also don't matter in the same capacity, so it's actually kind of fine. All right, so sometimes you want them to be on all sides, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just want it to be on 3. I think that's what we're going with right this second. And kind of sprawl out like that. That seems like a pretty good size so far. And we'll definitely come back and do more of these trees. We're going to have to build like literally a couple thousand of them, so we may need to find some method so that we can actually get a ton of these fences and the wood here, because otherwise we are going to be tearing down most of this jungle, which we're doing anyway. We have to like gradually fade this forest into there, or else it just kind of looks really, really bad. So we will have to fade it in there, but that is very far out here. Something like that, and it looks like we went out here, so maybe we come out here. And I do want this one to be on the taller side. So, like, some trees obviously need to be very, very large, because in a forest you have a whole bunch of random sizes, shapes, and all of that jazz, and that is important. As to how tall we go, not really sure, but I do know that it does 2, 3. Like, I do want this one to be taller, I think. I don't know why, but it will help us to cover that space behind us. It will help. So let's do, this tree's going to be just a little bit taller, I think. So now we need to start thinking about this a little bit more detailed. So these branches need to be less and less the more you escalate in the tree. Higher you climb, the smaller the branches become. And that's like true in real life as well. But in order to make it look accurate, that's really what you got to focus on. Little details like this. Like, that is bad. You never want to do that. Do not cross the streams. Alright, that seems good. And then I want to go up one more set here. Get the tippity top. And these are going to be very small ones. So just like across. Some little branch like that. And then we'll go over here like this perhaps. And that seems fine. And then we need to do one more thing. And that is go up to the tippity top so that it is significantly taller. So that should be our tree. So that only took us 9 minutes to do this singular scaffolding of a tree. Multiply that by 1,000. You got 9,000 minutes. And if you divide that by 60, you get a number that I can't calculate right this second. Yeah, can't calculate that at all. But I know that it's equivalent to a lot of time, so that's all that matters, right? So that will be a monstrosity of a tree. And you can kind of get the picture here of the importance of this. So we're not going to have to take out too much in terms of the jungle around it. But we are going to have to take out enough that you cannot see the jungle, and or we blend in our forest into the jungle. or else it doesn't really work. Make sense? Good. Alright, so we're going to do another tree right here. And this one's obviously going to be less tall than all of those, because if it was taller than those on a lower peak, then I think it would look really weird in terms of our scale. So we don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Let's see. So it needs to be, again, tall enough to cover this, but not tall enough to upstage everything else. And that's really the difficulty with these trees. It's not making them, because making them is super, super easy. You can tell I have no plan. I just kind of do it, right? And that is really, really stupid and simple-minded, but, like, truthful. That's all you really need to do is randomly place things, connect it with leaves. If it doesn't work... What is that? Is that a parrot? Hold on. We must save said parrot. He's like talking to the fish, bruh. What are you doing? What are you doing, bud? Okay, we need seeds. Let's go rescue the parrot. Good lord. Good lord. Come here, parrot. It's okay. What are you doing? Okay. Come here. This way. To safety, please. I don't want you to drown. And I do want to put parrots in a lot of our trees, to be honest. No, get off of me, sir. I was just trying to tell you to sit. Sit. Thank you. Alright. Small detour averted. Never mind. We failed that landing real bad. Damn it. There we go. It was a bad flight right there. But we got there eventually. Okay, we got this. And like I said, just free flow these is really the only way to do these trees. Do not try to come up with a pattern. Just kind of go with the flow. Place them as best as you can. And literally, it will make a tree. And if it doesn't work out when you add the initial set of leaves, what you have to do is come in, add some bushy leaves that dangle downwards and on an angle, and that actually allows you to complete the tree in a better way. So we are approaching a rather large tree here. I don't know. Maybe here should be good. So let's make these a little bit smaller then, and that way we don't really have to worry about it. In the back, you definitely can hear Aerie. She is cooing because her sister has a bone. She has the same bone, but she wants to bury it out in the yard, or anywhere she can, really. Like that. And I will not let her, obviously. That shouldn't be there. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that seems about right in terms of the depth, the height, and all that. And I feel like this should have been the front instead of this. We'll fix that, though, at some point. We will fix that. Yeah, look how tiny that is. But it really isn't, right? It's just there's like a 6 blocks gap here. You'll see. It is a lot of work, a labor of love, but it really does pay off in the end when you're walking through your own beautiful forest. Now, obviously, we have to do all the terraforming and all of that jazz, but we're worth it. This is one of my favorite things in Minecraft, which is kind of why I go back to it so frequently, honestly. I I'm like, I'm going to build a forest. I'm going to build a forest. And every time I build a forest, I am happy with building the forest. Even if it's 5,000 trees like my last forest, I'm pretty happy doing it. It's relaxing, and although you are doing the same steps, each tree is just slightly different. So you can kind of get your head around just how many trees we're going to do. And you also will see that we'll get faster with these as time goes on here. To start each one, just to do the scaffolding, will take like 8-9 minutes, give or take. And then we'll start to get a little bit faster. We'll get into a rhythm of it, and that will make all the difference. That'll power me through so that I can make a lot of freaking trees. And we can just kind of go tree nuts here. Too bad there's no squirrels that you can put in trees or in the game, period. Because it would be really, really cool. However, I have kind of thought about putting an armadillo in the tree. Because it's brown and small, and we might be able to mix it up enough, like hide it in the tree, that it kind of looks like a squirrel. Which would be really freaking cool, I think. I definitely am going to have birds in them for sure. Not all of them, but randomly there will be birds, you know, like in some of the big trees. Maybe we'll make that a channel reward point or something, like get a parrot of your own in a tree, and you can decide which tree to put it in, and then eventually over time we'll just have a lot of parrots. That'll be kind of cool. Yes. So you may notice one thing in particular about this episode, and that is it is kind of out of order. What I mean by that is I started recording the next one already, but it is going to be an edited video. So I needed to get one out for today so that I did not miss any, and I just thought, let's do it like that, you know? Let's go like that. Yep, and slightly smaller of a tree. Beautiful. Tons of mobs over there, but we don't really care yet because we haven't done anything with this area. Yeah, that looks pretty good, actually. I've never really built these types of trees, but I imagine they are much like the rest of the trees that I build, so, you know, we're just kind of winging it. The first one turned out really, really good, and that gives me the confidence, I think, to continue as much as we can. There's that. They're kind of small. I don't know. Maybe they need to be a lot larger, but this whole outcrop is going to get quite a few trees here. And I'm keeping them away from this purposefully because I want to make some kind of cliff face here. Obviously right now it's flat, but I want to do something like that. So we're just going to keep adding trees to the shoreline here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna go up a little bit higher on this one. And I think I want its root structure to be a lot larger then. Simply because of that. If we go up taller, I feel like they have a more extensive branch and root system. And maybe that's not true. You got your tree experts out there will have to let me know, but in my head, that is absolutely true. And we're going to make it so. And I think I'm even going to have them like swoop into the water because it will also be really nice. So let's go this way now. Little over that way. Maybe one more this way. This way. And not there. You're cute, but you're wrong, buddy. Yeah, that's a pretty big branch system. 4, 5 maybe. This one's going to be bigger than those two, I think. And I'm not really giving that a lot of thought either. I'm not sure if I'll regret that later down the road, because we're not giving it any thought, but currently I'm not. There's big ones, there's little ones. Big ones can be in front of little ones can be in front of big ones. It does not matter, at least as far as I know right this second. That could change very, very quickly. I could realize, hey, why the hell did I make a small tree here when it should have been a large one? But, you know, that's a problem for a future me and not current me, so we're good. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this one's going to be larger than both of those other ones there. But it does feel like I'm getting better at this already. This is what, tree number like 6, and I do feel that we're starting to get in the groove a little bit. And that is a really good feeling to have. We could even spruce it up a little bit more by using trapdoors and all of that stuff. And we might, but I don't think I will for these particular trees. So this one is going to be the tallest so far. So we're going to do one more section, and then we'll do the top. And that should be okay. That should be okay. Here. And just a little one off the top. Kind of swoosing this way a little bit, like that. And then we'll go up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, much taller, almost taller than those with the 5-block gap, but I think that's okay. We are meant to have lots of different sized trees. I kind of want to swoosh over here and just see how that feels. Oh, beautiful. So you can already tell that it's going to get washed into the back, right? You're going to be able to see the tops of a lot of these. But as we add some into here, it'll make the transition easy for us. Really, really easy. So far, I really like that, though. That looks so freaking nice, actually. Let's take a view from up here and just see our forest start to unfurl. 6 trees right there. Yeah, like, this is one area. We're going to have at least, like, 4 more trees in this area. There's going to be at least 50 trees right there. Like, it's a massive, massive project. And that's not to mention we have to do trees over there. We have to do trees in here. Like, there is going to be a lot of trees. A lot of perspective plays, too. So, like, I'm not going to want you to see all of the houses, for example. So I might put a tree right there so that you can't really see this house unless you go to a specific angle. And that could be really, really cool. So, I think with that, we somehow built 4 trees. 23 minutes? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's like 6 minutes per tree. That's not bad, actually. I know we don't have the leaves. The leaves take the longest, but I'd rather get the base of all of these done first, and then we'll worry about the leaves in one swoop, because this is way easier to do than the leaves. And although we should do the leaves at the same time to save us energy, I'm not going to. Because I kind of just want to place a bunch of them and get a look at it. So, as always, thanks so much for watching, guys, and let me know how you feeling about the forest, how about the base so far, or any comments and concerns you may have. Until next time, though, thanks so much for watching. Ciao.